Welcome back. Northstar here with another episode of my Vampyr Let's Play. Now, for those of you watching these back to back, I didn't go anywhere. I left the game idle for a little bit. It goes to the menu apparently if you're away. It's probably best so that jostling the mouse or something doesn't accidentally click. I'm here at Pembroke Hospital. Just right click to go back. Speaking to a nurse, probably going to go inside and find where they have my office, which I assume is like a safe house or whatever that you can rest in. I did have some things happen here in real life while off the side hole. Fights with family. I'm not in a great situation, but with the long COVID, I don't have many choices. I won't stress you all about that. Maybe details will trickle out, but I know you're here to relax. So, for those new to the series, this is a game about Dr. I think Jonathan Reed. Very trite name. He is a physician in London. He apparently spent some time in his medical education in the United States, Rockefeller University. That is a very good medical school these days. I don't know how it was in the 1800s. If I'm not mistaken, I'm mixing up with somewhere else in my head. I do that these days. Once upon a time, I was trying to become a doctor, and I was very close when I got long COVID myself. But I don't know. In some ways, it identify slightly with this character, but only slightly. I'm obviously not a vampire. So, I have a few questions.
I would like to ask a few questions first.
Before I go inside.
And Mr. Hampton, the patient we brought in, how does he fare?
I gave him a sedative to help him sleep. The whole thing was in quite a state of shock.
He was fed on by his friend, who is, I think, Skull or something they call him. Some weird type of vampire.
What kind of man is Dr. Swansea?
Well, you accepted the job from him. I thought you would have known about your employer.
It's right to assume Dr. Swansea knows far more.
You'll get to know him soon enough, and better than me. With us.
Nurses help a hospital survive.
Apologies, I've only just met him the once. This is sudden. I've only just returned to England.
Dr. Swansea is a brilliant surgeon and the most compassionate physician.
I think you're meant to do them clockwise. Okay.
If you could point me in the direction of my room again, nurse.
Second floor of the hospital, left after the stairs. It's the last vacant office at the end of the corridor.
Thank you, nurse.
Nurse Crane. Yeah, system views. I have no intention of being on them, but it's certainly a way to learn about the characters that view. Not feeding people, or maybe, no, not at all. Not even people who seem very bad. Probably when they're more complex, and the implications of it. Only the soldiers who are trying to hunt you is very much playing this game on hard mode, I'm sure, and probably means progress will be slow, but you'll see more combat, more time for this to pick up viewers, perhaps. And I'll still try, and you'll see me probably die many times in harder combats.
Good evening.
Good evening, Doctor.
Still a friggin' vampire. Tough. It's got more to do with my reflexes if I lose than the game not making it possible to win. Medical checkup. E. That's...
Do you require medical assistance, nurse?
Thank you for your concern, but I'm fine.
shows you the mesmerize level. Interesting. Maybe useful mesmerize without feeding, though I'm not sure if it'll force me. Sometimes it may be a way to learn about people. I don't know. Probably not. It's probably all we use to feed. This is in touch with her earlier. It's the same questions.
Call me if you need assistance.
There's all these tents there, spacing them out, which probably makes sense. Airflow, but also keeping the hospital from coming overcrowded and unworkably so. And preventing the viruses from reaching levels where you can't work in a space without being sure to be infected, or healthy people getting infected from the sick. Some patients are there with things that have nothing to do with the virus. City U, life saved by efficient medical aid is both Stark at the flu epidemic. Volunteers make the difference. RC needs you. But yeah, it's true. Volunteers do make the difference.
Right. This place seems perfect to conduct my research.
Yeah, find out more about vampirism. Huh.
Good evening, sir.
Unless you're here to fix my face. No. I don't think you can help me.
I'm Dr. Reed. I've recently taken the position of head surgeon.
I don't suppose plastic surgery exists yet.
Doctor. German shelter. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
Where were you stationed, sir? Did you serve?
I really don't want to talk about all this shit.
No offense. I was pushing too much. I served in France myself. I just wanted to know what happened.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same wars.
True.
No offense.
He's got a point. The officers had it somewhat easier. Medical officers included.
How is your stay with us, Mr. Elwood?
Oh, it's bliss. I just escaped death in the trenches to be surrounded again by the moans of the dying.
Can I ask you precisely why you're a patient here?
It's the pain, sir. The drugs don't work. It just hurts under the scars. If you get my drift.
Who is treating you? Is someone in particular looking after you?
Nobody since the old retired doctor spoke to me. Started to think I was forgotten about. Wouldn't blame you.
You don't seem worried, Doctor.
The face hurts so much more when I smile or cry. I've learned it's easier not to speak. But be assured I'm smiling inside.
Can I do anything for your pain?
Nurses gave me a bunch of pills. No effect. Told you. It's like the flames are under my skin, burning away.
I wonder if there's a way to help him.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood. Good evening, Mr. Elwood. How do you feel? What do you mean?
Hmm?
Myself in the factory. Fear and exhaustion make me say awful things to you.
Awful.
Perfectly nice and polite. A little delirious, perhaps. But who wouldn't be after enduring an abduction?
Don't remember him saying
That's a relief.
anything mean.
Steals rest at the towards my flock.
Do you know Tom Watts, the bartender from the Turtle? I met him before I found the mechanic factory.
Tom? Yes, of course. Always the helping hand, good old Tom. Without men like him, corruption and despair would have wiped out the East End long ago.
Hmm.
People are still in despair.
How could it be otherwise? The authorities have left us all to rot in this contagious nightmare. No drugs, no advice, nothing. It's a damn shame.
Yep. was when the Conservatives were still in power in England. It took World War One, the interwar years. I think there was a brief period of Labour got in charge, and World War Two before Labour finally was really able to get the political support to do things like create the National Health Service in England and do something about the living conditions, housing, wages of much of the population. So yeah, the Tories really did leave people to rot during the Spanish flu.
Who should I avoid in this part of town? Any particularly evil figures?
Not really. Most men are just doing their best. And it's not my habit to forgive people I know.
How did you end up in Williamson's den?
I had received alarming news about his recent behavior. I went to his place and he refused to let me go.
Why did he abduct you?
William was an alcoholic. His addiction suddenly changed. Just like a patient here. This Miss Hawcroft.
You dared to enter this awful place alone. You're a hero, Mr. Hampton. Or a fool.
I'm just a man trying to help his friends. William Bishop was a conflicted soul, searching for light.
Probably.
What is the general situation in East End Docks?
The situation has always been tough, with a lot of tension between the gangs and the Dockers trade union. The Wet Boot Boys are very nervous since they lost their leader.
I have to remember Howcroft, the Wet Boot Boys. There's a lot to learn here. This tells me about the docks. Too much of it is predatory. I'd like to know more, have more quest hints and stuff, things he told me record, instead of how much XP is he worth.
Who leads the gang now?
Since Clay Combs went missing, it's his wife Edwina who runs the show, with the assistance of her minion, Duke Digby.
Missing? I didn't eat him. He'll turn up.
Has the gang been?
Ah, no. I've had this nickname for so long. The sad saint of these days. No one dares oversee. Not even criminals.
Hmm.
Who leads the gang now?
Just to
Combs went missing,
repeat
it's
this.
Edwina who runs the show, with the assistance of her minion, Duke.
Boot Digby and Edwina. Do you remember that?
How do you feel, Mr. Hampton?
I feel exhausted. Beyond exhausted. William drank so much of my blood in his madness. I feel empty.
You're in good hands here. Dr. Swansea is well versed in blood transfusion, and I'm sure he'll take the best care of you.
Thank you, sir. All I need is rest. Then I can go back to the people.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Hampton? I can't help but notice the cross around your neck.
I manage a night asylum for the poor and the docks, and I try to guide the lost and hesitant on the right path to our Lord.
Are you a priest, Mr. Hampton? A deacon, maybe?
No, Doctor. I'm just a man of faith willing to preach the good word.
One wonders if being a priest would have made him more effective at doing so, though. Having some training. Of course, education is expensive,
Why didn't you use the cross as a
especially back then.
That's a very strange question, Doctor. There's no magical token. That's what you were trying to say. Not my
It worked on me
Have you made friends since you arrived?
earlier.
Not really. But I recognize Miss Harriet Jones. I knew her when she lived by the docks. Poor woman, such a miserable.
You never came to see her here at Pembroke. Receiving visits when sick can be an important part of the healing process. We're not just
True.
She's be converted now, Doctor. To be truly honest, I thought she was dead. She left the doctor anyway.
Hmm. recording probably cut out there, but I was quickly checking while my computer was... the fan was so loud, seeing if there was a process. Doesn't seem to be.
Good evening. I'm Dr. New surgeon at the hospital. And who are you?
Your name has no meaning to me, mortal. You're nothing but dust blown by the winds of eternity.
I beg your pardon.
What are you begging for, mortal? My clemency? Well, tonight maybe I'm inclined to mercy. You'll never forget the night you met Thelma Howcroft.
You keep calling me mortal. Why is that? And if I'm mortal, what are you?
Well, Dr. Reed,
She's delusional.
I'm a vampire.
Not even worth much. Mesmerize level 2. She's kind of crazy. Maybe she got bit by a vampire. She didn't turn.
And why do you believe?
Believe anything. It is what I am. It is what I feel within this hollow shell of flesh.
Definitely delusional.
What is it like to be a vampire?
Hear my body crumble
Huh?
on the inside as my flesh cracks and fades. I sense the last pulse of postulant blood within my drying veins. I need new blood.
Yeah.
Do you require my services, Miss Howcroft?
I have no need for your medicine, Dr. Reed. Blood is the only drug I want.
And why do
I
you
don't need to.
I see.
I should have asked this.
Never heard of Cotter.
Guess you have to ask questions.
Illness discovered by a French neurologist named Jules Cotter. The affected patients are delusional. They believe they're dead, a ghost, or in your case, a vampire.
Delusional, you say? You can't even begin to understand the concept of immortality. And you think it is I who am delusional.
Yeah, she's delusional. I thought the medical checkup thing would, but yeah. You have to ask questions. That makes more sense than magically someone knowing.
I'm assuming it's delusional. Am I right?
I can mean whatever I want. As a woman, a spirit, fog, or what?
Who are these enemies you mentioned? Can you describe them? The staff here are not your enemy. They're here to help you, to care for you.
I'm not speaking of the doctor's recruit. I'm speaking of the men, women who hunt me. For I am a vampire.
I see. Don't worry. These people will not find you here. I'll personally make sure they leave you alone.
Thank you, mortal. But do not interfere with them, for you are no match for those who hunt me.
They're watching her because, yeah, they think she's me, I guess. Or,
Who are you really, Miss Howcroft? I mean, apart from being a vampire.
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal? What do you require? Proof of my powers?
I'm curious to know who you were before becoming a vampire.
No, such a long time ago, I don't remember. Centuries of unholy life can have strange effects on one's mind.
Yep. It even says she's affected by Toad syndrome and believes she's a vampire.
I'll leave you, mistress of the dark, to your nocturnal.
Ay, ay, ay. Mental patients, doctors, all sorts of people.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I believe we're going to be colleagues.
Reed? Yes, I've been informed about your arrival. I'm Waverly Ackroyd. Welcome aboard.
Does my arrival inconvenience you in some way, Dr. Ackroyd?
Let us just say that I don't particularly share Dr. Swansea's enthusiasm for hiring you. What we need here are reliable professionals, not overrated dabblers.
He's got a point.
If you have a problem with me, Dr. Ackroyd, please feel free to tell me.
Dr. Swansea has imposed your presence on this hospital without asking anyone's advice.
You need all help you can get.
This position. But I don't agree with it.
I know we've never met before, but I believe this hospital could use all the help it can get. You will agree with that, I'm sure.
Oh, but I have heard about you, Doctor. Of course, you can't say the same about me, since I have not wasted my time courting the press.
He's got a little bit of a point.
There is no need for such animosity between us. Don't you think the epidemic is already enough to deal?
That is one point we could agree on, and that is precisely why I want to be sure that you will be of help to this hospital instead of a burden.
He's got his reasons to care.
If you have
Dr. Swan,
I know
oh,
there is no need.
that is one point we.
Guess it repeats. So that was a choice, dialogue one, and I chose what I think was the friendlier option versus jealousy, or you better change your tone.
Since your tenure in this hospital is longer than mine, perhaps you can tell me more about it.
Let's just say I'm tired of the carelessness around me. I have always respected the skills of Dr. Swansea, but over time his enthusiasm has become.
Carelessness. Exactly what are you talking about?
We're here to save lives. People who trust us are not volunteering for experimentation. They're here to be healed.
I don't intend to run any radical experiments, Doctor. A practitioner should express an interest in pushing the boundaries of medical research.
Modern medical methods were created through audacity and ego. But there are rules in our line of work, and they're here to protect our patients.
Yeah, audacity, ego, they played a role. But honestly, a lot of the time it was just careful, slow, incremental grunt work that paved the way for things, and then you just had the egotists take all the credit.
I don't know what you've heard about me, but I have already proved my value as a practitioner.
I don't question your skills, Dr. Reed. Your motive. Is it money, fame, or are you truly dedicated?
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
I served in the war just like you. But unlike you, I did not use the wounded to play the modern sorcerer.
Be careful what you insinuate, Dr. Ackroyd.
I only want you to admit you used those men to improve your theories.
Well, knowledge may be a main weapon. I don't think that's an option I'll particularly appreciate.
This is ridiculous. My blood transfusion technique saved many lives, and you know it.
You see, that is exactly what I hate about people like you. You avoid this kind of accusation instead of facing reality.
I don't know what
I don't
and what
I said
Be careful.
I only
This is
you
ridiculous.
see.
Yep, you can't choose differently or ask the other things, but that's I figured. Probably for the best.
It seems you have bad memories of your sense.
I refuse to see this industrial slaughter as scientific progress. War only reveals the worst in men.
We cannot
True.
disagree on something, Dr. Ackroyd. Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
I mean, yeah, World War One was industrial slaughter. It was brutal. It served a little purpose. Didn't make the world better.
Good evening, nurse.
Evening, Doctor. I don't think we introduced Hawkins.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Dr. Swansea has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
It's a euphemism. How's that a Euphemism.
How would you describe the situation at Pembroke Hospital?
It's serious. The flu is wreaking havoc amongst the staff and patients.
Mm-hmm.
You're running out of everything.
Yep. Hmm. Feel like this is dismissive, so.
You must get a hold of yourself.
Sorry, I'm exhausted. No one has any idea when this epidemic will be over.
Guessing.
Hawkins, the Spanish flu won't last forever. Even the Black Plague didn't kill everyone.
I wish I could believe you. But what if this epidemic was worse? What if in the end, nobody was spared?
Yeah, I'm sure it may have felt like that in the moment. But such things are probably incredibly rare in the history of Earth.
How long have you been a nurse?
Or long enough to see that the epidemic is winning. And no matter how qualified you are, don't tell me you'll change that.
You'd be surprised what dedication you achieve in nursing homes. In medicine, sometimes we're just the test result.
True.
Sorry, Doctor. I don't want to sound bitter. I'm just too tired to give a pep talk like Nurse Flanagan.
For instance, antibiotics were discovered almost by accident. Antivirals took a bit more careful work.
How long you
But yeah, dedication can achieve a lot.
How is the Pembroke staff coping with the epidemic?
Well, not well. Milton, the ambulance driver, is even more grumpy than usual, especially concerning doctors.
Why is Milton grumpy on a daily basis? Is it just an act?
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about a bad reputation, whether he deserved it or not.
Why does Milton dislike doctors?
I don't know. Just ask him. But be warned, Milton is not the chatty type.
Maybe he wanted to become one and life didn't work out that way. There's some people, EMTs, who, when I was an EMT, that could certainly cause resentment. I never gave up, right, until the end. And went back to school, and I was special masters. Did extraordinarily well, and far better than I ever expected because I never gave up. And I mean, straight A's, top of the program. But it doesn't always work out that way for everyone. Let's see if he's doing okay.
My assistants.
Not at all. I'm sure that you are used to gaining people's trust with your impressive skills. Well, it will not be the case with me.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later. Good evening, Doctor. I believe we're going to be working
No doctor.
with Reed. Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I could not dare to believe you'd have such good fortune. Such an honor, sir. Thank you. And you are? I am Thoreau Strickland, Dr. Thoreau Strickland. I'm a great admirer of your work, Dr. Reed.
Unlike the other guy.
Please, could you tell me something about I'm a great admirer of your work concerning blood transfusion, Dr. Reed. And from my own experiments, I'm convinced it's the future. What made you choose to be a doctor? I'm not ashamed to admit you and your work have inspired me. I am honored to have
Mm-hmm.
May be the century's most terrible disaster, but I'm convinced that we, as doctors, are the only ones able to defeat it.
In reality, it kind of burned itself out, but yeah, you'd be surprised how far enthusiasm, curiosity gets to. Got me a lot of places. Heck, I probably wouldn't have gotten the rather prestigious special masters that, well, dual degree special masters and something else that got me right to the verge of becoming a physician, getting a medical program myself, if not for enthusiasm that impressed a doctor when I was an EMT at one point.
What made you choose to be a man? I'm ashamed to admit it's always this epidemic. I based my technique on my mentor's research. He helped me perfect my method.
Mentorship is important.
I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just theories and first approach. My process is purely experimental and unsuccessful. As long as you're cautious and methodical, you may remain empty-handed, but you won't fail. You're not the first one to warn me, but I am convinced knowledge is the main weapon against the ravages of this epidemic.
If I remember correctly, I want to say there was a Dr. Strickland who made an important discovery. Maybe it's supposed to be this guy.
What can you tell me about the pendulum? Well, it has always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea. With your arrival, I can't think of a better opportunity to learn about blood transfusion. You seem quite optimistic. It's a rare and precious attitude. I'm convinced
True.
that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science. Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation. True. Last summer, during the first wave of the epidemic, I used to joke with Milton about the extra work. I'm not smiling now.
Yep, things are a bit different back then. Stuff like figuring out how the virus spreads, personal protective equipment would have helped. COVID, for what you guys may know, is not over. There's still new variants and it just comes back, but vaccination turned out to be incredibly useful.
Need help with anything in particular? Well, yes, maybe.
As it would be.
Waiting for a batch of products I ordered for my personal research. Yet my supplier seems to have vanished.
Hmm.
Want me to play the errand boy for you? Oh no. But if you went personally to his shop, your reputation and all, he would dare to refuse the products. I see. Well, give me the address, for I may pass by.
Hmm.
What do you think of Dr. Ackroyd's aversion to modern medical methods? It's a shame he's so narrow-minded. Dr. Swansea taught me that science is about exploring uncharted territory. I'm convinced that's true. With the influenza and all that's going on, you should put your differences aside, don't you think? Why is it so difficult to work together? I believe that if Dr. Ackroyd had been the one to discover the transfusion process, he would be the first to recommend its use. So you believe it's just a question of jealousy? Dr. Ackroyd is as proud as he is blinded by his obsolete concept of medical science.
Not sure I fully agree with that. But
Tell me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical techniques. Are we forgetting is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly? I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique. What is it you really want? To save him? Or to prove your point? Fair question. I want nothing but to save my patient, Dr. Lee. Especially since I know Mr. Fiddick's story.
yeah, stories are important. Guess the vampire can push a little to get honesty at people you wouldn't see in real life.
Tell me, Mr. Fiddick. My first diagnosis was about the real origin of his injury. He first claimed it was an accident. But why would he hide such crucial information from us? Because he is a proud father, ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
And I have not met Mr. Fix, so I have no idea. he's got a point. And the best doctors were often of a mind like that. That
Goodbye, Dr. Strip.
I met. They were known to, when you ask good questions, you get information. Show interest in the patients. I also read books by some doctors talking about their experiences with it, so it's not just what I observed.
What can I do for you, Doctor?
Her again.
Thank you, madam.
I'll learn the mechanism. Class files can be useful. Oh, this is Mr. Fiddick. Okay.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. May I help you?
I don't know if a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
I see. Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
Are you satisfied with your treatment?
Well, it's clear that I've done in my weakness, but you seem overwhelmed by cases of the flu.
I won't lie to you about it. I'm afraid we are.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself, Dr. Reed? I have the feeling you're very capable, and your colleagues seem to think so too.
In other circumstances, you would be right. But for now, I don't think I can take any responsibility. My apologies.
Because he might be tempted to feed, I think.
Are you satisfied? Well, I won't.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself?
In other circumstances. Tell me about yourself, Mr. Fiddick.
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arms fixed, so I can return to work, and to my family.
I was more curious about what you were doing before being hospitalized.
I'm a carpenter, and a good one too. But that means I need both arms to feed my family, Dr. Reed.
Tell me about the doctors who are arguing.
Strickland and Ackroyd. They both want the best, but there's a lot of pride. Doctors are no different than carpenters.
What do you mean?
I often have professional arguments with rivals on a building site. Difference is I disagree about wooden nails, not flesh and bones.
There's similarities.
Tell me about your injury, Harvey. Why do you feel so guilty about it?
My wife died because I've been careless enough to hurt myself. No.
How could your job be responsible for your wife's death?
I was working a double. She went out to bring in a meal and got caught in a German bomb raid.
I'm assuming this is one of the blimp raids in World War I.
You can't hold yourself responsible for your injury, Mr. Fiddick, unless you tried to hurt yourself.
Of course I didn't hurt myself, but I can't work until my arm is fixed. My children need to eat, Doctor.
Tell me more about the death of your wife, Harvey.
1915. I was in the army, building workshops for the Royal Flying Corps. Helen was happy I wasn't sent to the front.
What happened?
The Germans sent Zeppelins to bomb the construction site, but they missed their target. My wife was bringing my dinner when the bombs fell.
I'm sorry for your loss. So many died during the blockade. I served in France for years. Can't.
I would like to say that she didn't suffer. Truthfully suffer. I just know that I'm all that my kids have.
How are your children after losing their mother?
They were smaller then. The only good thing about this is my Helen didn't bring them with her.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
Hmm.
tell me about yourself, Mrs. Gosling?
Not much to say. Just take care of my meeting and I'll cover all the expenses. That's all that matters.
Are you really that rich? Most of the patients here are of a more humble order, if I may say so.
Yes. Thanks to my husband. He gets details. I can cover any needed medical expenses.
May I ask if you have an occupation, Mrs. Gosling?
I'm a teacher by profession. I teach young women who are more ambitious about their futures than their families.
Hmm.
What do you think of your reception here? Any complaints?
I have had the uttermost reservations about this hospital since we arrived. But we had no other choice, considering the state of emergency.
Is there something in particular that's bothering you?
Some of the staff were not especially welcoming. I suspect they're not accustomed to dealing with patients of such social standing.
Hmm.
Tell me more about your arrival at Pembroke Hospital. What gave you such a bad first impression?
The ambulance driver was quite rude, scared. And that nurse who spoke in seems to have quite a curious attitude.
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son despite the epidemic. It was a relief. It wasn't cheap.
She charged you for a bed.
Yes, and I paid without question, considering the urgency of the situation.
I share your concern, Mrs. Gosling. Be sure that I'll talk to the people involved.
I don't expect compensation, Dr. Reed. But I'm aware such behavior would not be tolerated in other hospitals.
Maybe she had her reasons. Maybe not good reasons, but it's best to approach people with generosity
Goodbye, Mrs. Gosling.
until you really know better.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed. Can I help at all?
No,
Really? Why are you here?
I don't want to talk
I suppose that this pain is the reason you're here. Is someone taking care of you? Could you at least tell me your name, sir?
Mortimer Goswig.
How painful is your throat, Mr. Gosling?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
I'm sure you realize a doctor
Could
and his patient
I
have
give
to
him
communicate,
paper?
sir. Would it help if I gave you some paper and a pen?
Not really.
I see. Then maybe it's not just your throat that hurts, Mr. Gosling. Perhaps your sore throat is just the consequence of something more hurtful.
Yes, maybe. But I don't want to talk or even write about it.
How painful is your throat?
So painful.
I'll let you get some rest. Good evening, Mr. Why did your mother have you hospitalized here? She seems convinced this is a bad hospital.
My mother just wants the best for me. If she weren't rest while I'm here, she'd go all the way to hell.
Pembroke Hospital may look unfortunate, but rest assured you're in good hands.
It's not me you have to convince, Dr. Reed. It's my mother.
Is your mother bothering you? As your doctor, I can ask her to leave you alone if you would prefer.
That's tempting, Doctor. But you have no idea what my mother is capable of. She would tie herself to my bed if you asked her to.
She very well might. Met people like that.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Gosling.
I don't want to talk, Doctor.
Guess I'll have to get more hints later.
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need anything.
I think I got a hint there.
Evening, Doctor.
Nope. probably do a medical checkup on him.
Good evening.
Press E.
Do you need any help?
I'm afraid I may, sir. I don't mean to be a burden.
You are not a burden, sir. Being here is my responsibility.
And you have my gratitude for all.
How painful is the throat now? Hmm.
I have to go now, sir.
Hmm. Interesting. I should probably find the office. There'll be more rounds to do later. Sun's coming up soon, they said. Second floor on the left.
It's locked.
It's gotta be up here somewhere. Oh, of course. That's not it. Hacksaw. Patient Thomas Elwood, male, age 28, followed by Dr. Tippett. Status convalescence. Date of admission September 16th. Date of release to be determined. The patient's face has been heavily burnt and disfigured by a bomb during the war. Even with the use of strong sedatives, he affirms to regularly endure severe pain from the wounds, as if the flames are still burning under skin, he says. Examinations of the I never saw this term in all my studies in medical stuff, but I didn't get to med school. Cicatrized. Cicatrized tissue, so no trace of inflammation, infection, or swelling. Scars are clean. Could it be a case of persisting nerve damage? Could. The patient never ceases to blame himself for his disfiguration. Could it be a case of guilt of the survivor? Phantom pain manifesting as a punishment for not dying with his comrades? Yeah, those are both possibilities. Maybe I can help him more.
It's locked, all right.
Tippett, Strickland, and Reed. I wasn't trying to read the nameplate. There we go.
This must be the place. It's definitely away from prying eyes. Relegated to the shadows. A kingdom of my own. At least I won't be sleeping in a coffin.
Indeed.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
Can I give it water? Maybe that's symbolic of giving care to, those who need it. Article on econs is a rare opportunity and almost a privilege to approach a vampire to observe the most intriguing physical and psychological traits with a scientific and rational eye. Here are some of the most fascinating abilities I've personally observed over the last 10 years while interviewing a few vampires, or econ, as they prefer to call themselves. Interesting. Supernatural speed. A vampire can act and move like a mortal in all his actions, but the trained eye will spot that they have the keenest senses and can react quicker than a mortal. On a few occasions, Alarm, surprise, and necessity to flee, I've seen a vampire move so quickly as almost as if he had vanished, just to reappear somewhere else. The human eye cannot follow their movements when they act so quickly, but it is not a teleport or dematerialization. Isn't it? Crossed water is always supernatural speed. For me, it is a cat-like attribute, which allows them to run, dodge, or jump longer and faster than us. I also noticed that such speed seems to exhaust them, and they're bound to physical limitations. Mesmerism. One of the most powerful abilities a vampire can employ is the capacity to force a mortal to obey them. I call this trait mesmerism, but it has nothing to do with the mortal ability to alter a subject's mental state. A vampire can bend a mortal to their will, and they can even break a mind. A vampire I interviewed even told me the more a subject tries to resist, the more permanent the damage will be, as if the vampire could literally fracture the target's psyche. The same vampire explained to me that this ability required time to master and that the result could vary widely from one subject to another. Implant a false memory, erase a painful one. The possibilities are endless and frightening. Blood awareness. This may be the most catastrophic ability of all concerning vampires, since it is the cause of so many tragedies for them and us. Vampires crave for blood. They must use their will to restrain themselves from frenziedly drinking every drop of blood they can see. They need blood to function and to express their full supernatural traits. A famished vampire can be very weak, even if he cannot die of hunger or thirst. This urge, this need for blood, may explain why vampires are so aroused by it. A vampire confessed to me that blood could sometimes blind him, since its smell and attractiveness can be so strong. When he focuses, a vampire can almost see blood all around them, inside warm bodies, through walls, or on a supposedly clean weapon. That's good to know. The same vampire even told me that he can see if a mortal has clean blood or is ill. And that in some cases, he can even sense diseases, infected clothes, or even items in a room. If this is true, could have so many medical applications it almost beggars belief. That's useful to know. And stuff I can use to take care of the patients. Create blood barrier. Oh, that's interesting. Absorbing damage until it fades or is destroyed. You will block your target's blood and their veins, making them defenseless. What? Coagulation. The vampire will concentrate on the prey's blood, stopping their tracks and making them defenseless. Easier to kill something that can't move. Indeed. Defenseless, sure. But, stopping them from attacking, more important. Could be interesting. Take a little body condition. Not dying too easy is probably important. Well, this is just healthy for now, but as was hinted at with the plant dying, if you don't take care of things, it'll only get worse. Guess the supplies don't refill. I'm gonna get more.
I cannot enter.
Treat the sick. Did I see something there? No. Let's not bore you folks with. It's been going almost an hour already. Jeez. Guess more time than I thought. What's up on the third floor? Nothing I can visit yet. Someone through there.
It's locked.
Swansea and an unknown patient. Still, or doctor. There's still a lot of people I haven't met. Oh, I should go back to the workbench now as that blood soon. But,
Thelma Howcroft said she was being watched by vampire hunters. Where are they hiding?
yeah, I'm curious about that. Seems unwise to touch the bodies infected like that.
It's locked. I cannot enter.
She needs you. Every life saved by efficient medical aid. Inquire the nearest appointments to the Office of Ministry of Labour and National Service or write to 15 Kingsway, London. Hospital full. Due to influenza, this hospital can no longer take any patients. Really? Camera just got out of.
Locked, all right. It's locked. Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Doc.
How would you describe?
It's Sue.
How long?
How long?
You'd be.
Come on, where do I use that hint?
How is?
Not well.
Guess I'll have to wait a different time to use it. Figure out what's up there. Alright, the camera is definitely like shifted right where it was before. I have no idea how to fix it. Let's see. Actions, menu, dialogue. Huh.
It's locked.
About the use of garlic and wooden stakes. Dear brothers, I must now draw your attention to a very important point: the use of garlic as a protection against vampires. Let's be crystal clear on the subject. Garlic will never protect you against those creatures. No matter how fresh, how strong, and how smelly, garlic is totally useless as a defense. I can never say enough about how damaging that novel of Bram Stoker has been. Yes, of course, population of Slavic countries place garlic cloves in coffins. Yes, of course, inhabitants of Santorini Island have hang garlic on their windows. There'd be so much story about this place, and someday soon I hope to go back to the island to further explore its occult tradition. But that is not to protect the living from the devil. It is to tell the dead that they are aware of their malevolence. It is a symbol, nothing more and nothing less. So please, by all means, yes, wear garlic, show garlic, hang garlic, and tell the shadows that you're not afraid. But if you're looking for supernatural protection, you'll have to search much deeper into the forgotten secrets of the cult tradition. For here is the truth, my fellow brothers: garlic does not repel vampires, but all the fresh plants will hurt them, as if their body could not stand the presence of botanical elements. I have seen an enraged vulp flew and whacked with a rose. Yes, a simple rose. I have witnessed a violent econ fall down and beg for mercy when struck by a wooden stake. I don't know why it is so effective, and I would give my left arm to find the answer to that mystery, but the truth remains nevertheless. Vampires are very sensitive to fresh herbs, plants, and woods. From Facing the Shadows, How and Why, by Ulster Taltree, Primate of St. Paul.
Good evening, Mr. Albert.
Evening, Dr. Reed.
How close are you to Miss Horcroft? Are you aware that she thinks she is a vampire?
Next nibble is the best reason to stay here. Every time she approaches my bed, she treats me like something tasty. A normal person.
Aren't you afraid? She may hurt you if it lingers too far.
She's quite harmless, I can assure you. Her head's broken inside, while I'm busted on the outside. She's still beautiful. Living proof that there's hope for me.
So do you let her bite you? You know that's not safe.
And why not? He's only sucking a few drops of my blood. The pain, it's real for once.
But she could decide to bite less willingly, perchance.
And it's another good reason for me to stay here, Doctor.
You do realize she's mentally disturbed. It's called the Cotard syndrome. She truly believes she's alive.
In her madness, she never refers to the scars. Frankly, if I could, I'd join her world. She seems much more fun than me.
Well, I would know if you were. Why do you feel responsible for the injury to Miss? What really happened?
It happened during the league. It was an accident.
Why lie about it?
I
failed.
Tell me what really happened. I went with a whore in Milan. Dead drunk I was. The hotel was a shithole. There was a fire that night. Did you stop the fire? Were you trying to avoid going back to the fire? That's not uncommon. No. Just that I was asleep when the flames reached the room. The girl was long gone. Bitch never woke me up. Left me to burn.
Could I have talked to him about reconstructive surgery if
Told him. I'm fine.
said hint failed? Does that mean I screwed up? What the heck? I One wonders. Just quickly checking weapons.
You are going to reveal all this.
Jeez, I guess there's no recovering from that. It's checking.
Running in your veins. This dead flesh needs it.
Oh, please spare me that king. Spare your obedient slave.
Hmm.
I wish I could be sick again. Blood boil with fever.
Okay. So apparently the hints just give more XP if you prey on them. It doesn't. I mean, I was hoping though I could convince him to get reconstructive surgery. That's what I was mainly after. Where is Strickland? He's tired. I can see. He's got fatigue. I need to make some medicines back at the workbench, I guess. Assuming things get worse if you don't care for people. Apparently I can just use the blood view to see how people's health is. And I suppose the idea is if you don't treat fatigue, it eventually develops into anemia. Fun. Giving you a reason to leave the hospital to get resources, because I already, what did I think? I'll analyze that in a sec. Oh, I need quinine. Cut glass vials. Some hypochlorite in quinine. Oh. Analyze this at least. Give me a regeneration serum. That's lovely. You don't think anyone would want a bag of junk? This must be maybe I can. Maybe there is a money system. I don't know. Dr. Swanzia's message. Dear Jonathan, I asked Nurse Crane to secure an office for you on the second floor. Please forgive the austere decoration, but Pembroke Hospital is not exactly the Ritz. Sorry to let you discover your office alone, but I need to sleep a little longer before going back to work. I'm just a mere mortal after all. I also gave orders to let you rest and for the staff to never enter your room. You'll be able to sleep all day without being disturbed and work at night without raising a suspicion. I'm afraid the place is quite messy, but you'll be able to conduct your experiments here at your own pace. You'll also notice that there is an open window with a scaffolding that will allow you to enter or exit the hospital without being noticed. Ah, that's good to notice. I didn't notice that. I imagine how awfully new and disturbing all this must be for you. Believe me, I have studied enough of your species to understand what you must now be facing and feeling. Be assured I'll do whatever I can to help you in this ordeal. Though that you're not completely alone facing it, I'm glad I met you these dark times we are all presently facing. I hope your future collaboration will yield great results. Welcome to Pembroke, my esteemed colleague. We shall talk soon. Yours sincerely, Edgar Griffith Swanzia. P.S. I left a copy of some of my notes concerning what I've described about econ in the last few years. Feel free to read about it if you need some guidance, as long as you don't use this knowledge to take advantage of me. No, it's not. I just... It's most definitely not about the rise. I haven't gone anywhere. I've been... Where's that, scaffold, open window? He said it's there. I don't see one. Do you lie? Maybe that's for certain events. I most definitely don't see it. It's like one of these. No. Probably something I meant to add the game and didn't. I need to go get supplies, I guess. Explore a little. Stuff like screws and grease are easy to come by. Public notice. Prevent influenza. Spanish. Cover each cough and sneeze with a handkerchief. Walk to work as opposed to train. Cluster space. Do not spit. Drink from your own cup. Avoid crowds. If taken ill, go to bed and send for a doctor. To make a mask, take a piece of ordinary cheesecloth, 8 by 16 inches. Fold it to make it 8 by 8. Next, fold it to make it 8x4. The cords about 10 inches along each corner apply over mouth and nose as shown in the picture. Issued by the LLC Board of Health. I mean, yeah, that's critical. If the government put together workshops to make a ton of those, might help.
Scowl voices in the garden. I should investigate. If they were to find somebody.
Whoa. Jeez. A photograph of a smiling, loving couple with 2 words in the back. Known and Pippa forever. Blood samples. Not what I was looking for, but probably useful. That fight got me a little XP, so I don't mind hunting the hunters.
It's locked.
Quarantine influence to keep out of this area, but we're with the Board of Health. Quarantine, contagious disease. One shall enter or leave quarantine area without written of the local health authority. One shall not assume. An authorized employee of the shall alter, destroy, remove this card. Violating this regulation will be fined. I didn't find much there other than a fight. found this site to be particularly useful. Does a lot of damage. Machete works pretty well. Uses less stamina too. I think I prefer those. Faster. So this is the garden out here. Oh. Blood. Guess they did find someone. Hmm. Blackwell. This place is in bad shape. If I can help in any way. Whoa! What did I do? Level 16? I better run. And fast and far. Might be able to pick one of them off, but not... It's one way of level guarding an area. Definitely need the blood if I'm gonna keep facing these guys. Okay. That was pretty tough. I only got 5 XP for that. Okay, not worth my time. I might make it through that area, but... I'd like to find out who's spying on Thelma. I can hear vampires. Whoa. Yeah, I'm not gonna. That thing will wipe me out. Okay. Down to the docks then. Maybe. Do not cough in public. Prevent disease. Careless spitting, sneezing, coughing spreads influenza. Spray droplets sprayed from nose and throat. Do not cough. Yeah. It's true. I apologize for the sound there. If I'm going to the docks district, I might have to go this way, right?
I cannot enter.
I should go check back up on this gentleman. Is he still here? Guess I'll have to find a different way. Influenza frequently complicated with pneumonia. To prevent any case of Spanish flu, stay at home. I mean, yeah. I'm sure that's familiar to people now. There's a lot of entrances to this hospital. Really? There's gotta be a better way to deal with these than trading blows. Fast, but maybe I should stick with the scythe. That's towards Whitechapel. I should probably go down to docks. That's where it's headed. They're far away. Don't have to worry about them. More of these. Ah, that's some of the stuff I needed. Be used. No, I did not. I'm streaming right now. No, I did not for any reason. Sorry about that. I need to. How he can detect me just by looking, I don't know. Oh, he's fast. Okay, that didn't really stun him very effectively. Definitely thinking it was better off with the machete. Then steak. Need supplies to heal people up around the hospital. Oh, T gives you info. Dazzled skull. Wonder if they can't run past him. Yeesh. Whoa. I can't take these guys. This is a way of soft walling you in, I guess. Back to the hospital to heal. Oh, wait, here's a hideout.
It's locked.
Really? video is getting to an end. Get up and stretch in a sec, but this must go to the rest of the hospital. No, this is now building. Weird. Find some wolf skulls here. Oh. There is a way in and out. Scaffold, but there's no open window. Check on more people. Fiddick.
It's locked, all right. I'm colleagues, especially when you're supposedly dead. A colleague? Are you a doctor? Not anymore, sir. I used to be Dr. Rakesh Chadana. Now, I'm just Mr. Chadana. Pawnbroker and humble guardian, what is more. What do you mean, you used to be a doctor? Was your license revoked? No, sir. It is just that I like to be precise. I run a little pawn shop while taking care of the dead. But I used to be a real doctor. You work here alone? Yes, very easy work, sir. All I have to do is watch a few bodies. The situation was different when the main morgue was still open. Why do you have to watch? Because these poor fellows have no names. They keep running in case someone comes looking for the missing. Sadly, very rarely. Why close the hospital's main morgue? It was for sanitary reasons after the beginning of the epidemic. Cadavers had to be moved to the nearest mass grave.
I would think moving the bodies would just lead to more infection.
Are you afraid or uneasy being surrounded by so many bodies? Why should I? These bodies are emptiness. So lame. All gone. An interesting couple, and quite an exotic one too. Most people fear or at least have respect for death. Sir, as a medic during the war, I learned to face my death and the death of others. It's the pain always have to take, not death itself.
Guess we can keep this going a little more.
How did you get this job after I left the army? I worked as an undertaker down by the docks. A dangerous place for any unpleasant business. No police helped me get a job. Every man, I don't think so. Why? When you first told me, you said my glad to meet you. Funny stories. Your sister was a England sea, and she was looking for your body. You must be very relieved. A pawn worker. I expect you get all types of people. Yes, sir. All kind of people. For I sell all kind of goods.
I guess I could have sold him the watch. Oh well. Or the bag of junk.
Who comes here to trade? It's very unhygienic, even unsafe. Diseases can spread.
he's being self-deceiving. Maybe.
What kind of? With the quarantine, it's not always easy to buy things. I exchange. Some people sell, some others buy. I like to buy.
I mean, okay.
Since you're not afraid of dying, do you believe in life after death? I believe we must do all the good we can while alive, for our time is short.
True.
Obstacles are endless. Do you think you would enjoy immortality? Professor, I don't think so. Don't mistake me. I love life and I'd like to live a long life. But everything has to be balanced, even goodwill. You really believe in goodwill? As I said, sir, everything ends. If I was to never die, I would be bored or worse. And I like to be helpful. Quite depressing. Yes, but the good news is we'll all die before losing our humanity, sir. So you're ready for death? No, I'm not. I don't fear death, for I won't see it. What troubles me is the pain my death will inflict to those I love. You're a wise man.
Good point.
Doctor, I am a foolish man, but I like to think. Please show me what you've got to sell. Of course. It's just trinkets and curios, really. But I'm sure they can be useful.
Codeine is a strong analgesic and antitussive often used to ease pain and coughing. Opium. With the rise of the epidemic and the rapid shortage of legal medications, citizens for its sedative and anesthetic properties have recently used opium again. So he sells drugs. Of course, these may actually be useful ingredients in some formulas, kind of stuff. Interesting. Ah. Yeah, I'll sell these. Sell the watery blood samples. I'm surprised they'll buy that. $14 is a good resale value? Interesting. I wonder what he's going to do with those blood samples. But nurses are needed. In the name of Nursey, they depend on you. Nurses needed now. Inquire at the nearest Labor National. Okay. Mortimer definitely needs treatment. But I don't know if I have the stuff to make it. Our hospital full notice. This is a little fatigued, to be fair. Apparently I slowly regenerate over time when I'm non-combat. However, supposed to rest tonight. He'll advance the stories, I suspect.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
Should probably use the gun some as an alternative to getting up close. You know, probably don't have enough for any of the bellies. Yep. It's fine. This is a good place to leave it.
I'd better learn how public
Alright, well, I'm going to leave it here, cut the video, be back with another one. Till next time, this is Northstar signing off. Take care of each other. Be kind to yourselves. And may you always find a guiding star to lead you home.